Hey, future IT pros, welcome to the video. Let's be real here. If you want to pass the CompTIA A Core 2 exam, you need more than just reading and review. You need reps. Most successful candidates go through 600 to 1,000 practice questions before sitting for the real exam. That's how you build confidence, speed, and accuracy. So, in this video, we're going to be diving into another set of Core 2 practice questions using Skill Test Pro, one of the best platforms that's out there for realistic exam-style challenges. Let's get into it and keep stacking those wins. First question's coming up. All right, here we go. A user wants to schedule a task to run automatically at a specific time. Which Windows utility should be used? Event Viewer, Task Manager, Task Scheduler, Services, or Control Panel? The correct answer is Task Scheduler. Task Scheduler allows users to create and manage tasks that run automatically at specified times or when specific conditions are met. All right, next question. Which command is used to test network connectivity to a specific host? ipconfig, ping, netstat, tracer, or ARP? The correct answer is ping. The ping command sends ICMP echo requests to test connectivity and measure response time to a host. All right, next question. What is the purpose of the Windows hosts file? Store user passwords, configure network adapters, map host names to IP addresses, configure Windows services, or store system logs? The correct answer is map host names to IP addresses. The hosts file maps host names to IP addresses locally before DNS resolution is attempted. All right, next question. Which Windows feature prevents unauthorized changes to system files and settings? User account control, BitLocker, Windows Defender, Windows Firewall, or System Restore? The correct answer is User Account Control. User Account Control, or UAC, prompts for permission before allowing changes that could affect system security. All right, next question. A technician needs to remotely manage a server's BIOS. What technology should be used? RDP, SSH, VNC, out-of-band management, or TeamViewer? The correct answer is out-of-band management. Out-of-band management, like Intel, AMT, or ILO, allows remote access to a system's BIOS independently of the operating system. All right, next question. Which type of backup only backs up files that have changed since the last full backup? Is it full backup, incremental backup, differential backup, mirror backup, or copy backup? The correct answer is differential backup. A differential backup backs up all files that have changed since the last full backup. All right, next question. What does the SFC scan now command do? Scans for malware, checks disk for errors, updates device drivers, scans and repairs system files, or optimizes system performance? The correct answer, scans and repairs system files. The System File Checker, or SFC Scan Now, scans for and attempts to repair corrupted Windows system files. All right, next question. Which Windows edition supports joining an Active Directory domain? Is it Windows 10 Home, Windows 10 Pro, Windows 10 S, Windows 10 Mobile, or Windows 10 Home Single Language? The correct answer is Windows 10 Pro. Windows 10 Pro and higher editions support joining an Active Directory domain, while Home Edition does not. All right, next question. A user needs to connect to a corporate network securely from home. What should be configured? RDP, a VPN, proxy, DMZ, or port forwarding? The correct answer is a VPN. A VPN, also known as a virtual private network, creates a secure, encrypted connection over the internet to the corporate network. All right, next question. Which Windows utility is used to configure startup programs? Services.msc, regedit, Task Manager, Control Panel, or Device Manager? The correct answer is Task Manager. Task Manager's Startup tab allows users to enable or disable programs that run at Windows Startup. All right, next question. What is the default file extension for Windows batch files? Is it .exe, .com, .cmd, .vbs, or .bat? The correct answer is .bat. Batch files use the BAT extension and contain a series of commands that are executed sequentially. All right, next question. A technician needs to prevent users from installing unauthorized software. Which Windows feature should be configured? Windows Defender, User Account Control, Windows Firewall, Group Policy, or Device Manager? The correct answer is Group Policy. Group Policy allows administrators to restrict software installation through centralized management policies. All right, you guys are doing great so far. Let's keep going. Which command is used to display all active network connections and listening ports? Is it ping, ipconfig, netstat, tracert, or nslookup? The correct answer is netstat. The netstat command displays active TCP connections, ports on which the computer is listening, and network statistics. All right, next question. What is the purpose of Windows BitLocker? Is it encrypt network traffic, encrypt entire drives, compress files, create backups, or manage passwords? The correct answer is encrypt entire drives. BitLocker is a full disk encryption feature included with Windows that protects data by encrypting entire drives. All right, next question. Which type of malware appears legitimate but contains malicious code? Is it a virus, a worm, a Trojan, spyware, or ransomware? The correct answer is Trojan. A Trojan is malware that disguises itself as legitimate software in order to trick users into installing it. All right, next question. A user reports that their computer is running slowly. What should a technician check first? Hard drive capacity, RAM usage, CPU temperature, startup programs, or Windows updates? The correct answer is RAM usage. Checking RAM usage through Task Manager is often the quickest way to identify if memory is the bottleneck that's causing slow performance. All right, next question. Which of the following file systems supports file-level encryption? FAT32, XFAT, NTFS, FAT16, or HFS+? The correct answer is NTFS. NTFS, or New Technology File System, supports Encrypting File System, or EFS, for file-level encryption. All right, next question. A technician needs to deploy a standard configuration to 50 workstations. Which solution would be most efficient? Manual installation on each machine, cloning using disk imaging, Windows Easy Transfer, System Restore, or Recovery Partition? The correct answer is cloning using disk imaging. Disk imaging allows creating a master image that can be deployed to multiple machines quickly and consistently. All right, next question. Which Windows tool should be used to check for hard drive errors? Disk Cleanup, Disk Defragmenter, Check Disk, Disk Management, or Device Manager? The Correct answer is check disk. Check disk, or the command chkdsk, is used to check the file system and file system metadata for errors. And let's do one more question. A user is unable to access network resources, but they can access the internet. Which of the following is the most likely cause? DNS failure, incorrect gateway, incorrect subnet mask, DHCP failure, or network drive mapping issue? The correct answer is network drive mapping issue. If internet access works, but network resources are unavailable, the issue is likely with network drive mappings or permissions. And that is another round of Core 2 practice questions in the books. Nice work, everybody. Remember this, passing the A+ isn't about luck, it's about preparation. Aim to complete at least 600 to 1,000 practice questions before your exam day, and you will walk in with confidence. I've dropped the link to Skill Test Pro in the description down below and in the pinned comment so that you can keep practicing with their full question bank. Thanks for watching, everybody, and I'll see you in the next one.